Chapter 19. Self-fulfilling prophecies, or the words we use us. While being mindful of your thoughts and feelings, you'd be wise to also be conscious and aware of the words you speak. As words have vibrational energy, along with everything else, words are spoken thoughts, and the words you use, as well as the thoughts you think, definitely register in your cells, in your DNA. In quantum healing, Dr. Chopra says, you may not think you can talk to your DNA, but in fact, you do so continually. For instance, if a person is always saying, I'm sick and tired of blah blah blah, they shouldn't be surprised if they are tired a lot or become sick. Be careful of what you claim. If you are always calling the health condition your body is registering yours, then you are faithfully claiming it. For instance, by saying, my cancer, my varicose veins, my diabetes, my bad eyes, my sore throat, my allergies, etc., you actually command or lay claim to the manifestation of that which you're calling yours. Instead, refer to the health condition that you're experiencing as the cancer, the problem with the eyes, the varicose veins, or simply say, this person is experiencing a sore throat. I had a friend who was continually saying, the words we use us. She drew my attention to the words I used that didn't truly express what I was wanting to say. After being reminded over and over again, she ultimately convinced me that I was not thinking about what I was saying. I was mindlessly using words out of mere habit. So I decided to be more alert and vigilant in my speech, and to say what I meant and mean what I said. This was a distinctly different experience for me. I actually began hearing how I talked for the first time in my life. My goal has been since then to be more succinct with the words I use in my communication. Someone else I knew was always saying, it nearly killed me, or that just kills me. Then my response to her would be, please don't let it kill you. You've heard the expression, I'm dying to see you. Another friend had said this one quite often. Again I would say, please don't die. And I wasn't saying it to be funny, but I would say it in a humorous manner so as not to offend. At first, when I would comment or mirror back to them what that they had said, these friends would look at me with a start, as if to say, did I really say that? When bringing my friends' attention to the words that they had just used, they quickly grasped and understood the message. They also knew there was no harm intended. Many people stand in amazement when they realize how they talk, once they listen to what they say. Everyone willingly admits they don't really mean what they said, like it nearly killed me. It's just a figure of speech. But usually they will smile, correct themselves, and finish what they were communicating, being a little more aware in their choice of words. Unfailingly, they will express appreciation for someone bringing to their attention their mindless words so that they will be more aware of their own inner and outer communication. At first, when we become mindful of the words we speak, it helps to have someone point out our slips of the tongue, our incongruencies. Have you ever noticed how many people use so many negative words to express positive feelings in communicating? For instance, when a person really wants something, they will habitually say, I wanted it so badly I could almost taste it. Well, this could cause you to wonder if the negative cancels out the positive of the statement. Instead of using the word badly, perhaps a more concise way to say it, I wanted it so much. Develop the habit of listening to what you say. And whenever you say, I am blah, 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 be prudent, aware and mindful, because I am is extremely powerful. Be certain that which you want to have manifest or come to pass in your life be exactly what you want in your life when you say, I am. An example, if you could not comprehend what someone was discussing or talking about, instead of saying, I'm so stupid, whether to yourself or aloud, say instead, it's not like me to miss details like this, or I'm usually smarter than that. A relative of mine repeatedly said, I don't understand, and you know what? Eventually, he became very confused when someone would explain something to him until it became more and more difficult for him to understand any new information. He was rudely awakened when he realized what he had been programming himself to do. I don't understand had registered inside of him so strongly that his brain responded to what he kept telling himself. Can you see how this principle affects us all? It would be advisable to keep in mind that every word has a vibratory energy. Therefore it has power, and depending on the negativity or the positivity of the words, every word that leaves our mouth will have an effect for truth or for error, for good or for bad, for light or for darkness. Which side of the coin do we wish to represent on a daily basis? In a real sense, when we use words to express ourselves that do not convey the message of our true intent, we are lying. We're being untruthful, false and deceitful, as lying is defined in the dictionary. Here again, our body's intelligence knows when truth is not honored and spoken. Conflict and imbalance occur in the electrical system of our body when we use words to express ourselves that don't actually mean what we are saying and truly feeling. We literally short-circuit the electrical energy in our body, and the DNA becomes confused because it's receiving garbled messages. How do we as human beings face the challenge of expressing our true feelings verbally and non-verbally? According to the book, The Day America Told the Truth, James Patterson and Peter Kim report that 91%, or 9 out of 10 Americans, lie regularly. Now, where do we as individuals fall statistically? Are we one of the 91% or the 9%? Each person must answer this question for himself. But how truthful are we going to be when we do answer? A further breakdown of the author's statistics indicate that 86% of the people lie to their parents, 75% of the people lie to their friends, 73% of the people lie to their siblings, 69% of the people lie to their lovers, 61% of the people lie to their boss, 59% of the people lie to their children. What a calamity! These statistics indicate a very serious deterioration of the moral fiber of this nation. What happened to integrity? Has it become a word without meaning? William Shakespeare counseled us most wisely when he said, "To thine own self be true." When we are true to ourselves, then it's easy to be true to others. One can see how important it is to become more vigilant where our true feelings, thoughts, and words are concerned. Speaking of words, the offensive and shocking words that are used in the movies and on the airwaves today could cause us much concern. Why? Let us recall that thoughts create thought fields, which can be very powerful for good or for ill. And before we say a word, we create a thought, fleeting though it may be. When thoughts are expressed in words, the thought becomes even more powerful because the thought has also been released and manifested in an audible vibration, which then creates a compounded effect of the thought. When this energy has been released out there in the ethers of the air, does it have an effect on humankind? Absolutely. How important, then, is the quality of our words? Remember, when people used to express themselves adequately without resorting to language that is sordid and foul, which is so prevalent in our Western society today. Oh, that we could return to purer thoughts and purer words. The following biblical references remind us of how important it is to be mindful of each word we speak. Proverbs 12:18. There is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. Proverbs 13:2. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the transgressors shall eat violence. Proverbs 13:3. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that openeth wide his lips shall have destruction. Proverbs 16:24. Pleasant words are as an honeycomb, sweet to the soul, and health to the bones. Proverbs 18:7. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 21:23. Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. Ephesians 4:29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. James 3:6. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature. James 3:8. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. James 3:10. Out of the same mouth proceedeth blessing and cursing. My brethren, these things ought not to be so. Profanity indicates poverty of intellect. Thoughts precipitate words. Feelings precipitate thoughts. If we understood, if we were fully and genuinely aware of the far-reaching consequences that the words we use have on and in our lives, as well as the lives of those we come into contact with, we would assuredly, beyond question, want to be influential in effecting a reversal of this condition in our society today.